بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Assalamu alaikum, my beloved ones, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, we are finally completing our journey of Hajj al-Tamattu, and we have the 13th of obligation of Hajj al-Tamattu, and that is what? Staying in Mina. The stay in Mina. We said, no, staying in Mina we did. 13th is pelting the stone, small, medium, large, on the 11th and 12th of Dhul Hajj. And if you have done something which makes you stay the eve of 13th, then also you need to pelt the stone on the 13th. Most apparently, it seems some Maraja, they do not have this as a apparent from the evidences, but say the Sistani Damadullah has, it is most apparent that one should, if you stay the eve of 13th, then pelt the felt the stones on the day of 13th as well. So he says the 13th obligation of Hajj Tamattu is the pelting the three pillars. On the day of Eid, it was only one pillar. And in this sequence, small, medium, large. So small, medium, large. Large means Jamratul Aqaba. Remember Aqaba, the border of Makkah and Mina? Okay, so and how many days should we pelt Sayyidina? He says 11th and 12th. وَيَجِبُ, and it is obligatory to pelt these three pillars a day of 11th and 12th al-Hajj. However, if he continues for any reason we mentioned before eve of 13th in Mina, then it will be obligatory upon him to pelt the day of 13th, small, medium, large, most apparently. So how many stones should we collect? First day 7 stones, second day 21, third day 21, Eid day 10th, 11th day 21, 12th day 21. Total is 49 stones. Now, if you collect like 50 stones, you'll not go to hell. However, don't bring it back to your hometown. That's the big issue, because it's a haram. It's something which is it's like a masjid. You know, when if you take out something from masjid, you have to bring it back into the masjid like turba or something like that. And obviously, optionally, you can't delegate someone to pelt the stones on your behalf. You need to pelt it by yourself. So he said it is required that the pelting should be done directly by the person. Okay, it is not permissible to appoint a delegate to representative in it optionally. What does that mean? That means if there is a fear being crushed in the crowd and all those kind of things. So yeah, those days these were serious problems. But nowadays they built 5 floors. So the school of Ahlul Bayt mostly they do it from the first floor, from the origin floor. Though the original pillar we don't know where is it exactly, but anyhow, at least the origin is about less than 2 meters, or about 2 meters. 431. It is obligatory to start from the small pillar, then the medium, then the aqaba, the bigger, small, medium, large. And if he goes against this sequence, then he has to recap the sequence. Let's say he started from the big one, okay? And then he went to the small one and medium. We'll say hit the big again, because the big should be after the medium. The medium should be after the small. So whenever you mess up with the sequence, you have to fix the sequence with the arrangement and pelt the stone with the proper arrangement in which is acquired in that sequence. The arrangement required, the sequence required in pelting these stones. So let's say you hit the middle first. So no, just go first small and then middle and the. Let's say you hit middle and large. So no, you have to start again, small, medium, large. Let's say you hit first and the third. So no, so you hit the second and the third. So third you have to repeat. And he says that So if the sequence was distorted or disrupted, then one, it is obligatory to fix that sequence. That means by redoing the pelting of wherever the sequence could be fixed. He doesn't need to redo the whole thing. As I said, he did the small and he did the big third one. So come do the second and the third. So to fix wherever the sequence can be fixed, and if he goes even if it happened out of unawareness. He did not know. He said, big is big. Let beat the hell out of the big first. And he went to the big and then medium and then small. No, even out of unawareness. Or he forgot the sequence out of the shock and awe, whatever things. Oh, is it like small, medium, large? It's like big. And this happens many times. The HAJJ, they come to me. Should we start from the big one or the small one? No, small one. So that's why I keep repeating small, medium, large. Easy to memorize. So, yeah. So this is even if it was out of forgetfulness or unawareness. However, if a person forgot and or was unaware, he pelted a pillar, okay, after pelting the previous one 4 stones, for example, okay. Then he came back, he remembered, oh no, or became aware. So he had not completed the 7 stones. He had did few. He said, "What are you doing? We missed you in the first jamra, small one." So, oh really? Do I have to that first? And it already hit 4. No problem. Go and hit the previous one, and then come and complete the remaining one. Okay, because you have not completed the second. In order to be said, oh, you did the second one, so you have not done the second one. Technically you have a few stones left, so that means you have not completed the second jamara, second pillar. So when you go and pelt 7 stones to the first one, come complete, it will be considered that you completed the second after the first. Okay, if you cannot, if you get messed up, just do the first 7 and second 7. That's fine. Okay. It's not like tawaf. Oh, those are counted. You have to do complete and do another one and those kind of things. Tawaf had a lot of complicated rules, as we mentioned here. No. So yes, however, if he forgot or was unaware, so he hit the second jamra before the first. Okay. Jahila. Farama jamra. No, the scenario is like this. He says that he hit the second jamra. However, he hit the first one a few stones, like 4. He says that's fine. You can complete. You can come back. Uh, you can complete the previous one, and then you don't have to redo the second one which you did. So let's change the scenario. So he said that he hit فرمى جمرة بعد أن رمى سابقتها 4 حصير. Let's say he went to the second one and he hit. Then he remembered, no, wait, how many should I hit? 7. The first one I hit only 4. Okay, no problem. Go back and complete. But I have completed this 7 stones to this. So when I hit the 3 stones, three stones to the previous one, should I redo the second one? No, it's not like the sa'i. If it was out of unawareness or forgetfulness, he said, no, go and hit the previous one, number 1, the remaining 3 stones, and you don't have to do this. You can proceed to the third one. So this is what it's mentioned that the example here, it is نعم إذا نسي أو جهل فرمى جمرة بعد أن رمى سابقتها. So a person forgot or out of unawareness, he hit 4 stones only out of unawareness or forgetfulness. And then he went and he did the second one, complete 7. So he said, go back and complete that 7, the 3 stones remaining, and you don't have to redo the one which you have completed. So here he already started it. It's not that he never started. So, but he left out of unawareness. So his belief was that he has completed the first one, even though with 4 stone, because that was out of forgetfulness or out of unawareness. So for him, is completed. And he came and hit the second one, 7 stones. Then he realized, no, somebody told him, or he remembered, no, I have to hit 7 stones, because he hit 7 stones here. He goes back, he completes hitting the whatever was remaining and comes to the third one. He doesn't need to redo the second one. So here the example is that he had already done part of it. And if it was opposite, okay, the same thing, that he went to the third one, he doesn't have to redo the third one. He can just come back and complete the second one. This is out of unawareness. He said in ruling number 125, the obligations of the Jamratul Aqaba, the obligations of Jamratul Aqaba, pelting, all the conditions, the time of pelting, the types of the stone, all these conditions, wajibat and mustahabat and everything. He said, whatever we mentioned from obligations of pelting the big stone on the day of Eid, in ruling number, in page number 125, not ruling number. I was surprised we are in ruling 430, and how can that ruling one? So this is from the book. Okay, so to be precise, let me just go back to that ruling and give you the ruling number rather than page number, because on the internet there's no page number. Okay, so we had done this. Al-Halq al-Taqsi. Yeah. So ruling number, so it is ruling number Ramya Jamrat al-Aqaba. The conditions mentioned about these stones are in ruling number, yes, it's not in ruling number, it is 8 conditions. 8 conditions mentioned in Jamrat al-Aqaba. So it is before ruling 377. In case if you want to review that, it should be 7, not less, and it should be pelting the stone, not shoes or sandals or flip-flops or boxes or bottles. And so there is number 1, the intention of nearness and sincerity. We explained this several times. Number 2 was 7 stones, not less than 7 stones for each pillar, and it should be stone, not any other thing. The stones should be one after another, not holding 7 and throwing it like that, or 2. The stone should reach the stone should reach the jamara. So if it did not reach, it, like we said, went down in that pit and did not hit, it does not count. And then also number 5, it should be by throwing and not just by placing, like those people who take the insect and place it outside calmly and these kind of things. So you just, no, it's bichara shaitan, poor guy, he's been beaten by millions, let me just put my stones on it, and I don't want to feel bad about hurting him, and then something like that. So number 6, it should be by his action, not by bouncing on somebody and somebody bounces it back. It bounced it by itself. It's okay. It's not somebody dodged it and bounced it and then or slingshot use or something like that. Okay, not by the mouth, not by the foot. You said, let me just shoot the hell out of it, something like that. No, just by hand, pelted by hand, not with your mouth, like shooting by the mouth or with the foot or the slingshot. It should be between the sunrise and the sunset. And also, yeah, so these were the 8 obligations of the Rami. We mentioned this previously. So all, he says, whatever we mentioned about the obligations about the Rami, it will be applied here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so it was ruling number before ruling number 377, like between ruling number 376 and 377. So that's why I mentioned page number here, because there's no ruling number on it. It's just like a introductory section, what is obligatory. So ruling number 433, it should be daytime, except there are some exceptions. Those people are farmers, or those people who cannot stay in Mina in the daytime due to the fear or sickness or any other excuse. They can't be in Mina daytime. So for them, it is permissible to pelt the stones, pelt the pillars, in the رمي كل نهار في ليلته. So every day in its night, like we said, the eve of it. ولو لم يتمكن, and if he was not able to go into all these 3 nights, eve of first, eve of second, eve of third, he was just only able to do one night, then he can pelt 3 of them in one night. Okay, 3 stones. ولو لم يتمكن من ذلك جاز الجمع في ليلة واحدة. He can combine the all of them, which he's not able to, in one night. If he's not able to 2 nights, to combine 2 nights in one night. If he's not able to 3 nights, combine 3 nights in one night. These are for those who have excuse and serious excuse and cannot do in the daytime for some reason. That is once upon a time. Nowadays, everybody can do it, and then even the women and elderly. I mean, because if you have to choose a time where there's no crowd, and so okay. Ruling number 434: whoever did not pelt the stone on the 11th day, pelt the shaitan stone, the pillars on the 11th day, out of forgetfulness or unawareness, then it is obligatory upon him to make it up, qada, okay, the 11th day on the 12th day. So 11th and 12th together. Whoever misses the 12th day, he would make it qada on the 13th day. So, so they have to make up, okay? So if somebody missed 11th out of forgetfulness and awareness, should make up on the 12th. Whoever missed the 12th should make up on the 13th. Okay? Qada. And the ruling of somebody who deliberately did not stone 11th and 12th, okay, or 11th or 12th, it is so the ruling of the one who forgets or who was unaware is applied on the one who is deliberate and he did it knowingly, intentionally, on the basis of obligatory precaution. So it is obligatory precaution that the ruling is same for somebody. However, the deliberate person will be sinner. He has to do qada, but he will be sinner. We can't say kiss the Hajj goodbye or this and that, because it is not pillar of manasik al-Hajj. It's wajibat which you have to do. So these people, they have to do on the basis of obligatory precaution. Now, why obligatory precaution? Why not fatwa? Because here's some technical things are there that basically he missed his wajib intentionally, then he should not, he does not deserve to stone the shaitan, because the day has passed. I mean, the qada has been prescribed for who? For the person who forgot or who was unaware. So how can we stretch the rule of somebody who forgot or unaware, and he's allowed to do qada, to stretch it on someone who was deliberate? Because we have in ilm al-usul, when you study, a very peculiarity about qada. Not everything we can just, you miss, it's qada. Like zakat al-fitra, if you miss, it's wajib. There's no qada for zakat al-fitra. We can't make sharia from our pockets. You see, if there is indication to do qada, evidences, we stick to the evidences and consider whatever needs to be done qada, qada. But we cannot just go and say, oh, you missed the wajib, dude. Salat al-Jum'ah. Salat al-Jum'ah, if you miss and it was wajib upon you, there's no qada for it. However, you pray dhuhr instead. So therefore, qada is not like every wajib. So the narration has prescribed the qada for a person who missed out of unawareness and forgetfulness. So how can we stretch it as a fatwa on someone who was deliberate? So some fuqaha, they consider this like from the priority base. However, since we do not have fatwa, if we do not have, we don't have evidence clearly, or either the sanad or the context is not clear. So that's why the ulamas, they said no, this person should do qada. Sayyid Sistani Damodullah says it's obligatory precaution upon him to do the qada, because the evidence focuses on the person who missed unintentionally. See how peculiar our maraj are. They will not give fatwa without solid evidence. But yet many people, unfortunately, they're so ignorant and unaware. They think that maraja, they just want to make our lives miserable, and they just pick up fatwas from the pocket, and they make this big fiqh, whatever fiqh. These people are ignorant, unaware. You can see ahwat wujum, Baba Sayyidina, give it a fatwa, khalas. No. The evidence does not indicate fatwa of qada. And I can't make things qada if the evidence does not indicate the obligation of qada. So that's why this is obligatory precaution that a person does it. It's applied. So it's a precautionary measure, not a fatwa. Fatwa must be based on clear evidence. Okay? Sanadan, the contextual linkage, narrators, everything is strong, solid. Fatwa is given. If any problem happens in the authenticity of a narration, validity, any doubt comes up, marja cannot give fatwa, especially God-fearing marja. He will plug it with ihtiyat. Okay, do precautionary measure, obligatory precaution, but I can't give fatwa. So, but this is more prior. The person who forgot, the person who forgot or who was unaware, he should be pardoned. If he doesn't do it, that's fine. Why qada on him and not qada on there's no narration. There's no narration does not mean, or solid narration does not mean that there was no narration. Our legacy was lost throughout the history. How many books were burned? How many books were thrown in the river Nile and this river and that river? The Baghdad, the tortures, this Sheikh Tusi's whole library was burned. The one was he was a muhaddith. He was writing, he has two books of hadith, okay, collection of hadith. So our ulama, they went through hell until whatever is reached to us, reached to us. Doesn't mean that there was no hadith. So, and then if we did not get hadith, then we are not responsible. But still, our fuqaha, they use precautionary measures. So anyhow, um, so what next, Sayyidina? What, on the basis of obligatory precaution, one should separate between the ada and the qada, between the obligation on set and the obligation missed. The obligation which I have to do now, which is set upon me, and obligation which was missed, I have to make up. So how should we do that, Sayyidina? When يقدم القضاء على الأداء, first make up the previous one, then do the onset obligation. Okay, the required at this time. And it's recommended precaution that the qada should be done in the just more separation to signify this is qada and this is ada. So first do the qada, all of them, small, medium, large, and then do the ada, okay, the onset ones. And if you want to do more separation in it, it's recommended precaution, do the qada in the early morning, like sunrise, and then the onset one at the time of noon, dhuhr time. So this is about the separation. Okay. Now, so this is also a repetition, more elaboration on the previous point he mentioned. Ruling number 435 says whoever does not stone the pillars, okay, out of forgetfulness or awareness, and remembers while he was in Makkah. Oh, I forgot to pelt the stones, 11th and 12th. وَجَبَ عَلَيْهِ أَنْ يَرْجَعَ إِلَى مِنَى. It will be obligatory upon him to return to Mina and stone those three pillars there. If the mist was 2 days, 11th and 12th he missed, or 3 days for the one who is required to stone the 13th as well, it would be obligatory precaution to stone the first ones before the second one. So first stone the 11th, small, medium, large, then stone the the 12th one, and if you're required to pelt the 13th also, then you do the 13th. So the sequence should go in qada and ada. The first which was missed, first come first serve, kind of the first come first made up, first missed first made up. And then ويفصل بين وظيفة يوم ويوم بعده بمقدار من الوقت. And then this is also obligatory precaution that separate between the stoning of one day from stoning of another day with some moment of time. Like you hit the Jamratul Aqaba, you come immediately fast, and for the second day, small, medium, large. Give some time, give some gap between. This obligatory precaution, okay? Like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, okay, just recite some surahs or walk very slow from Jamrat al-Aqaba back to the first Jamra, okay, first pillar. So this is if he remembers where? In Makkah. What if he remembers or realizes, gains the knowledge of the ruling after leaving Makkah? Will it be obligatory upon him to go back to Makkah? لم يجب عليه الرجوع لتداركه. It would not be obligatory upon him to go back to Makkah to fulfill that obligation. And it's recommended precaution that he stones these three missed ones or whatever was missed in the upcoming year by himself if he performs Hajj, or delegate someone to stone on his behalf if he was not going to perform Hajj. Ruling number 436. Someone who is unable to stone by himself. Okay. Now, this is a very interesting thing, you know. If you're not able to, sickness, severe sickness, like which you're putting all your strength and boing, it comes down. Okay, it doesn't hit the target. Like people, I mean, they may think that they are super power and they're beastly people, and and when it comes down. So this is the thing, that if someone was unable to stone such as sick ones, so two things you need to put into consideration. Okay, he will delegate someone to stone, and that person needs to be present there beside the pillar. Okay, the person needs to be there. The person needs to be there present beside the pillar. So it says, such as the sick ones. He will appoint someone else to stone on his behalf. And it is recommended precaution. Some maraja, they consider obligatory. So check your marja. Because I remember this in time of Sayyid al-Khuy Quddas al-Sirra, they said that the person should be there. But Sayyid Sistani's word seems to be softened the ruling a bit. Well, awla, this is recommended precaution that the person is present in beside the pillars where the person is stoning, أن يحضر والأولى أن يحضر عند الجمار مع الإمكان if it was possible ويرمي النائب بمشهد منه and the representative stones in front of his presence. You don't like to hit the shaitan? Come there. See this pillar being beaten the hell out of it. Anyhow, so maybe it was soft heart. No, I don't want to see the poor guy. He deviated me. He was the cause of my path to hellfire. He was with me. I enjoyed a lot, entertained me a lot. No, I don't want to be harsh on him. You come there, you observe the guy pelting your friend, your beloved shaitan, and you just see how he's pelted and learn from it. And when you go back, don't go back to those issues you were doing before, and don't become buddy of the shaitan back again. Look, the symbolic pillar being beaten, it should be a lesson for you. Anyhow, whatever. So the thing is that it's recommended precaution for a person to be present beside the pillars, and the representative stones the pillar in front of the one who have represented. وإذا رمى عنه مع عدم اليأس مع زوال عذره قبل انقضاء الوقت فاتفق له زواله. Let's say he gave a power of he gave a delegation. He delegated a representative, and he was there. And certainly, I mean, and suddenly, what happened? He remembered all those evil days, and he came into the hyperbolic phase of Tawbah. This guy, he'd made me do this, and not he made you. He tempted you, but you did. The option was yours. Okay, don't put everything on the shaitan. He does the waswasa only, but you are the one taking the major role of doing the wrong thing. So now he stood up from his wheelchair, and he got strength. No, khalas, let me do it. Bismillah, you have to do it on the base of. So, but you have completed 7 stones, 777. No problem. Now you are able to redo it again on the basis of obligatory precaution. Okay, so here he says that وَإِذَا رَمَى عَنْهُ مَعَ عَدَمِ الْيَأْسِ. So the representative stoned the pillars with hopelessness of him being able to stone. مع عدم اليأس من زوال عذره قبل قضاء الوقت, before the passing of the time, like before the sunset. As I said, he got this josh, he got this boosted up, and so we say, do your Bismillah, stand up and do your things. فالأحوط لزوما أن يربي بنفسه أيضا. On the basis of obligatory precaution, he stones by himself as well, because he was hopeless. If he had hope that he would become better, he needs to wait. He shouldn't be giving representative until before 1 hour of sunset, because that's the time when the time ends. So he was able to. So after his representative did the stoning on his behalf, on the basis of obligatory precaution, he needs to stone by himself as well. And if somebody was not able to appoint the representative, like that Hammam guy who got the hyperbolic shock of Irfan and thing, and oh, it's Eid, and how are we going to pelt the shaitan? And knocked down, lost his consciousness. Like Hammam did not lose consciousness. Hammam fashahiqa shaqqatan famat. Poor guy. Okay. So what will we do now? He's left, he's hanging, he's done everything except for these pelting of the stoning the pillars is left. So kalmaghmi alayhi, such as the one who have lost his consciousness. Yarmi anhu waliyuhu aw ghayruhu. Someone else, anyone, because he cannot represent. He's knocked out. He's lost his consciousness. So his representative or his guardian or his heir, okay, inheritor, he can hit if he was there, or anyone else can just do the niyabat on this on behalf of this person. Ruling number 437. Whoever leaves where intentionally does not stone the three pillars of Satan intentionally, deliberately on the days of Tashriq. Remember the days of Tashriq? 11th, 12th, and 13th. Intentionally, deliberately. Will his Hajj become invalid? No, it's not a pillar. He will be a sinner? Yes, indeed, he'll be a sinner. So what should he do now? Is there any kafara? Not narrated any kafara. On the basis of obligatory precaution, he should do qadha. The days of tashriq went. He should do qadha where? In upcoming year by himself, if he performs the hajj, or his representative if he does not perform the hajj. This was all about Hajj al-Tamattu. And congratulations, finally we are done with our Hajj, and Mabruk, all those who attended the journey of Ahkam for more than 2 years, finally we accomplished Alhamdulillah. Now, that was a good news, but the bad news is we have the Q&As left, and there's a lot we can learn from Q&A. Especially people like us. I mean, we very rarely look at Q&A. So it's important for people like us who are guiding other people for Manasik al-Hajj that we go through Q&As and we find things which were not in the text, the technical things. So that's left. And mustahabbat recommendation, you check it out by yourself. If you miss a mustahab, it will not affect your Hajj. So please go through the mustahabbat recommendations by yourself. Q&A, inshallah, we are going to continue, but once a week, inshallah, for whatever is left. We did most of them, but we stopped until where? Until Mina. So Muzdalifah, Arafat, we did the Q&A. The day of Eid, we left, and we said, let's complete the day of Eid, Amal Mina and Amal Makkah. Those Q&As are left, number one. Number two, mustahabbat are left from the manasik. You go through it. If you have any problem in understanding any mustahab, refer to any Maulana, and you can also contact me, and inshallah I'll try to elaborate. But my problem is not your mustahabbat. Your problem is mustahabbat. You have to get more thawab. My problem is that to make sure that your Hajj has been done correct according to the rules. If you're a follower of Sayyidi Sistani Damadullah, according to his rule. That is my responsibility, my problem. I have to make sure that everyone who listens and goes through these sessions, they are aware about the obligations, especially obligations. And we are going to make a consolidated version of the video where we are going to pinpoint the obligations and most commonly errors happening, not every single small and big error happening. That's going to be, inshallah, next project. Consolidate. This was for the HAJJ students, but there's going to be, and this was Muballighin, but there's going to be a consolidated version of Umrah and Hajj. Number three, 2 sections are left. It is Mahsur and Masdood. So that, inshallah, is going to be our next session, and we'll see the one who is excused, so cannot continue by himself or cannot continue by other external forces. Okay, so mahsur is someone who became sick, lost conscious, whatever. He cannot continue. He has entered the state of ihram, but he cannot continue. What should he do? He's in hospital. He's hospitalized. He got a heart attack, God forbid. He got a coma. He got some problem, serious problem. He cannot leave the hospital there and go and perform. He cannot walk, for example. So he is in the state of ihram, but he's stuck. And the masdood is, he was barred. His wife, he entered the state of ihram. His wife realized that, you're going to get married to another. She tied him. I'm a muhrim. She tied him in a hotel in Jeddah. Okay. And she kept a servant there to feed this guy or food or something like that. And to bedpan or something like that for his toilet, whatever. But she will not allow him because she realized he's going to get married on her in Hajj, for example. I mean, I want you to picture with me that he was stopped, not by himself, not by sickness. No, someone else stopped him. Okay, some thieves, they caught him and they want ransom from his family. Anyhow, so these are the 2 topics left. Inshallah, we'll do it in our upcoming session. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.